Hello, my name is Abe and welcome back to Cobalt Core. We're gonna play another run today, and we're gonna be playing as the Ares, the new ship that I just unlocked on the last run. A nimble warship with 2 cannons which are manually toggled. We played a run on normal and hard with Isaac and his drones. Why don't we kick it up to harder? First of all, the differences. Hard mode has harder events, weak cockpit, 1 basic shot, less pre-upgraded cards, -1 hull. Harder is harder events, weak cockpit, +1 basic shot, +1 corrupted core, less upgraded cards, -3 hull, 1 less max hull from bosses. Elites only offer 2 artifacts. I mean, the big negative here is just low health, so don't get hit, and then corrupted core, whatever that one is. Everything else is just don't get hit. We have the Ares. Warp prep, gain 1 shield, 1 evade on turn 1. Ares cannon. Your inactive cannon is armored. You can see it here in the preview here. The left cannon is armored, the right cannon is just cannon. There's missile bay, there's the cockpit. At the start of your turn, if you don't have a toggle cannon, gain 1. It retains and it exhausts. So the toggle cannon, every turn you can do it once. Maybe there's other cards you can get that let you toggle your cannon multiple times, but by default you can only do it once per turn. And draw 1 less card each turn. That's probably a harder hard than harder. Card draw is important. To have -1 draw kind of sucks. We're also gonna play as Drake, a hired mercenary. Her cards are strong attacks and status effects, but be careful not to overheat. Overheat as a mechanic means when you get 3 heat, you take 1 health. And I believe it's hull damage, not 1 damage. It's not gonna get blocked by shields. I'm gonna randomize the squad here. Actually, I'm not gonna randomize the squad. I think I'm just gonna go Dizzy, Riggs, and Drake. Dizzy is shielding cards, Riggs is movement cards, and Drake is damage. If we have Drake, we probably don't need parry for damage, and let's not deal with drones for now. So we're gonna do a bit of a normal-ish crew assortment here. Let's begin our run. Begin the time loop as the Ares. System time corrupted. Please select a boot option. Remove a card, gain 1 of 3 commons, upgrade 2 randoms to type A, upgrade a card. Let's take a look at Drake's cards here. We have EMP Slug, a 3 damage stun is amazing, and then you get 1 heat, and Heat Sink lets you dodge, well, it doesn't give you evasion, but it just moves you to the right and then reduces your heat by 1. Heat, if you have 3 or more at the end of turn, take 1 damage, reset heat to 0. You don't take 1 damage per 3 heat, you only take damage if you have 3 or more, but EMP Slug is such an amazing damage card here. The A-type upgrade makes it do 4 damage, the B-type upgrade makes it do 5, but with 2 heat, and Heat Sink can become free, which is great. Actually, the flippable move right or move left is also pretty good, but I kind of like the freebie, so you always play it every turn. But with only 4 card draw, maybe you're okay with it costing 1. Upgrade 2 randoms to type A. I think I would prefer to do that over anything else. I just like the idea of upgrading cards so that you get more value out of your turn. So we're gonna have basic dodge for free, shield surge, A, 2 shield, 1 temp shield. Sounds good to me. Yawn. Hold on, cat. So it was 1-1, now it's 2-1. Dude, that's totally fine. Totally fine. Yawn. Okay, everyone, you know the drill. Oh, what's going on? Hey. Hey, intruder alert! Oh, you guys. Sup? Whoop whoop, alarm sound, seizes intruder. Oof, these time loops are getting weirder. Your stupid time crystal must really be doing a number on the time stream. How do you... Well, whatever. Now make yourself useful, or I'm venting the Atmo and starting this loop over. Hey, did you guys know if you pull the voltage limiters out of your consoles, you can get increased weapon output? All right, well, let's do that if we can. If I don't use our evasion, I can use it later. Thank you, Riggs. Basic dodge is always worth playing. This is why I like upgrading cards, especially things to be free. We can actually get a ton of dodge on this turn. We can also get a ton of block. So let's dodge, block, scramble. We're currently taking 3 because we're hitting our weak point, but if we move to the right, the left cannon is armored. We take 1 less damage, so we're only gonna get hit for 1, and we don't need to play toggle cannon. We get 1 if we don't have it, but if we have it, we can save it. So we're gonna end, that way it doesn't fill up your deck. When you're only drawing 4 cards, you can't let that happen. And I didn't see this card. I should have looked. Is it here? It is. Corrupted Core. Cannot be permanently removed, but you can play 1 to not draw it in the future. Not fantastic, but whatever. So, in this situation, we want to have our cannon on the left. That way we can hit. We don't have to actually spend evasion points. And the other thing about this ship compared to the previous ship, if I move the mouse, you can see, we are 4 wide. Our previous ship kind of looked like this one here, a cannon in the middle, a missile bay to the side, and then wings on the end. It was a 5 wide ship. Our ship is harder to hit. And we have this alterable armor we can use. Let's toggle cannon. Now the left one can attack. Let's draw shot in case we could get EMP slug, which seems good to me. We can play it, but we can't get rid of the heat, but that's okay. The heat only matters if you are at 3 heat. And this is an EMP slug. We will disable part of the enemy ship. I think I want to disable their buff, which gives them +1 damage. So we get 1 heat. Hey, you actually hit them. I mean, you're the one shooting the guns, I assume, Drake. We'll end our turn. They did get 1 shield point, I think. Not that bad. We do need to move again, though, so let's move. And this is a fine spot to be in. If we toggle cannon at the end of turn, we'll take less damage. So we're going to block, shot, shot, toggle. Got all of our attacks on that turn, but we still did a number. Why don't we armor all our ships, says Dizzy. Well, not all of your ships have armor, but that's a very good point. And on this turn, we can't do anything. So we will, I guess, get rid of Corrupted Core. Let's just bank dodge as opposed to bank block, because we already have 3. Oh, the other thing about the Ares is it has 5 shield instead of 4, 5 max shield, that is. So you are hitting me. Why don't I just slug you to say, no, don't hurt me. And then I'll play Heat Sink to move 1 and lower our heat. The movement kind of is not that meaningful, but you know, we have more opportunity at this point to play other things. You know, more opportunity to play an EMP slug if it shows up. This guy gains 2 shield every turn. It's actually kind of hard for us to do enough damage, but this is a pretty good turn. EMP slug, give me a, I don't want to go through heat sink, so just give me a block shot. I want to make sure we don't take hull damage if possible, because, you know, it's hull damage, but he's dead. We need more damaging attacks. Damaging attacks are very important. Stun shot. This is a Dizzy card? Really? That's a Dizzy card? It doesn't do any, it doesn't have shields. All right, well. Upgrade is kind of nice. I like stunning. Stunning to interrupt enemy attacks, stop them from buffing or putting up shields. That's a lot of value. Scramble can be upgraded to 3 or upgraded to random move. Options. For 1 energy, you get a lot of draw in the future. I have to admit that's tempting because you don't have a lot of draw with this ship. But I also have to admit that stun shot is super tempting because of the whole stunning thing. We've had stunning runs before. I think my first run had a lot of stun in it, and it was very good at interrupting the enemy, keeping them down, preventing damage, stuff to that effect. A 1-cost stun is really not that bad. Especially if you get it multi-stunning, then you can stun multiple parts of the enemy ship. You can shoot with your cannon, toggle your cannon, shoot again, stun without even having to move. I kind of like it. Options for draw, I also like. And in fact, you know, drawing through your deck to get to other cards faster that you might want to use is okay, but I don't want to pay energy for draw. I'll pay energy for a stun though. Now where are we going? We can go to, we can do a lot of random events and then hit up 2 elites with lots of repair yards. I know that you need to add cards to your deck, but I really like upgrading cards. I think even more than adding cards. Is anyone else getting a really bad headache? No, it's from that high-pitched static. What is that? Ah, you again, hello. Which of you shall I teach? Obtain cards. Let's go for Drake cards, they're new. Another EMP slug, or flashpoint. X equals your heat, do damage, end your turn. Gain 2 heat, X equals heat, do damage, end your turn. Or X equals heat, do damage, don't end your turn, as upgrades, interesting. But EMP Slug just as another damage dealer I kind of like. The problem is we need things that decrease our heat, but we don't have to play it if it shows up. But if it shows up and we kill an enemy and we don't have to worry about heat, why not take another EMP Slug? I do like the card, but I think we need things that reduce our heat level. Now we could fight, but we're gonna be fighting here anyways. Let's go for the question mark. I like question marks. Remove upgrade, no thanks. I'm gonna upgrade. And actually, I really like heat sinks being free. Then you play it guaranteed every time it shows up. We're getting a weird emergency signal. This says a friendly ship is under attack from themselves? Hello, hello, is this thing on? I made a big old mistake. My missiles, please help. This dude's missiles are going all over the place. Could be fun. Do we help him? Yes. Help the toad. Help Slippy. Slippy Soggins. Please don't shoot, I'm not hostile. This guy is a mess, says Riggs. Missile malfunction, the ship's missiles and drones will all launch backwards, decreases by 1 at end of turn. Soggins is very cool ship. Okay, so don't blow him up. That's a very interesting meta. Okay, well, if we're not doing anything else on this turn, let's scramble, basic dodge, and then end turn. I'm actually gonna toggle cannon so we're pre-attacking this missile when it shows up. I guess we just have to, yeah, protect him. We don't, what is this? 2 damage homing, and corrosion, ew. We gotta be careful. We don't want him to be corroded. He's got a lot of health, 16. He can get hit by, you know, the Seeker missile 6 times and still live, so. I don't know, maybe he's got a nuke on board. We're gonna need the shield to protect ourselves. The problem here is that we don't, oh, he moved out of the way, what a genius. We don't do that much damage. You know what I mean? Okay, I have a, oh man. I have a question. What is the missile? It's going to deal damage, it cannot miss. Going to, if you do no damage, do you destroy a missile? I don't know. I would like to find out. Because we can, if we play EMP Slug, I would like to play Heat Sink, but if, I could just do that. Yeah, I could just do that and then still play Corrupted Core. All right, so we shouldn't worry about it. I will move, I will EMP Slug. These are gonna miss anyways. Give me a Heat Sink, give me a Corrupted Core, give me a Toggle Cannon, we're pre-firing one of the missiles. The fact that he moves makes this easy, because, you know, we can just move him out of the way. Dude, if you were Isaac, and you could just shift the middle row, you could protect him very easily. Okay, we have 2 movement. We can take care of 2 missiles. So, basic shot. Move, basic shot. Gotta stop him from getting corroded. Can't do anything else with the turn. He's gonna get hit for 2. Hopefully he's fine getting hit a little bit. He's gonna get hit here as well by like 4, but we still have to stop him from getting corroded. No, we can do better than that. There you go. We're heated up, but we only have 1 heat. We should be fine. And my dude is getting pretty close to getting his weapons back in control, I would assume. Let me try a stun shot. I want to see if this works. It does work. Awesome. In that case, what I'm going to do is break the missile. I kind of wish we could use scramble, but that's okay. Maybe we could have done it if we toggled the cannon. I fixed it. Wait, no, I'm just out of missiles. The enemy's going to escape. He can't die, so I think we're okay. If only I could actually play this, but he should be fine. That one's not even gonna do any damage because he's already gone. Sweet. Hey, I'm alive! Can't thank you enough, so I won't. Really? Okay, fine, I'll offer you one treat. This hard drive I found. Add a card to your deck, malware missile. Piercing attack, ignores all shields and armor. The ship's missiles and drones will all launch backwards, decreases by 1 at end of turn. So we can make an enemy launch backwards. 1 energy for a secret missile, it's not that bad. Or an artifact. This exhaust, can I look at the card? They might not be upgradable. 1 energy for 2 damage is pretty good, but it's probably not going to buff with anything that we have that buffs, but it is 2 damage that we don't have to aim. I think I'm just gonna go for the artifact though. Gain 1 extra energy on the first turn, that's fine. It's not like a 10 out of 10, but I'll take it. We didn't take any damage, because, you know, it's just Slippy there. Okay, I think that was fine, that was fine, that was fine, that was fine. This turn, on the other hand, is not exactly fine, but we actually can play literally everything and be fine. So let's heat sink for a free move, basic shot to hit the weak point, scramble, basic dodge, move 1, toggle cannon, take no damage. We've got to use that armor when appropriate. He's gonna give himself some shields, and he is still weak there. Definitely toggle cannon. I can stop his cannon attack, but I don't see the point. So instead, what I'm gonna do is just shoot, and then that still does 1 damage, which is awesome. That's what I was hoping for at a stun shot, that it would still do damage to weakness, or on weak components. So we're gonna slug. It's gonna stun him. And then I think we should shield surge. And I will spend 1 movement to save 1 shield. We would like to build up more shield on runs, or on turns if we can. I think we EMP slug. I think we block shot. We do need to purge our heat, but this guy is more than half dead, and there's our heat sink. And this is a pretty okay turn for it, honestly. Because we can start with the heat sink, then draw shot, 4 damage. We didn't do 4 damage, we just are shooting 4 damage. Like, to do damage. Basic dodge is free. We do not want to toggle cannon. What's coming up? EMP slug and damage? We can almost certainly kill him next turn, so let's make sure that that can happen. We're gonna take no damage. And then that just kills you. And we have 1 heat at the end of that. Awesome. We need something else that reduces our heat though. Oh my god, what are these? Rare. Oh, I understand now. Solid color on the top of a card is common. If the card has a like sheen to it, that means it's uncommon, and if a card sparkles, then it's rare. I still don't know what this indicates, the little like colored bar in the corner. So we get juke, move it 3 spaces for free. That's pretty good, and juke B is also okay, but like this is a really good just maneuverability card, but it could put you out of position. Think twice, discard your hand, draw. Draw 5 means it's more draw than your basic, like, deck, so I kind of like it. Button mash, shield, move, evade. A little expensive. I kind of like think twice. I don't see how this could ever really be bad, so I think it's okay. Oh, you know what? There is a way. Because you will discard your toggle cannon. But you do get 1 every turn, right? If you don't have 1 in your hand. Yeah. Okay, I think think I still like it. We do have a couple of zero-cost cards, so getting to basic dodge A and heatsink A are very handy if we can. Gets you to your EMP cards a little faster. It exhausts, but because it exhausts, it doesn't add anything to the deck, right? Gain 1 max hull and heal when you defeat a boss or elite. Well, that's gonna be happening, so let's not worry if we take some damage. Hey, your name is Spike, yeah? Yeah, why? We already met a cooler Spike in another sector. I mean, it's a big galaxy. No, sorry, you need a new name. George Riggs or Spike 2. Well, I mean, we already have a Riggs, and then there's Evil Riggs. I don't think we need a third Riggs. I mean, he could just be Spike 2, but we could give him a more cool name than that. Call him George. I don't think he really makes for a good George. Wish I could see his picture, but he is spiky. Maybe he could just be Spike 2. Oh, Spike 2? It'll do. Okay. Hey, Spike 2. Well, we do have a stun shot available. I hate this ship. There's no cup holders, says Riggs. You'll get over it. He's gonna buff, put up temporary shield, and he's got a couple of weak points. I love it. We're gonna toggle cannon immediately and pop some shots. The Spike, so nice. They named him twice. Dude, I love the amount of interactions between the characters in this game. Everyone commentates on unique events. I assume that if there was a George option here, there would be a, like, I don't know, Seinfeld reference or something. I don't know, but I would believe. I love the interactions. Stun shot. Definitely just move over. I was kind of hoping we could bank the coolness, but that's not how that works. I think I'd rather just bank the scramble than do 2 damage, because we're gonna do damage as soon as we draw the EMPs anyways. And in this situation, like, we can just get out of the way. Or take 2 damage and then get rid of the card. But you know what, we can actually do that by moving twice and toggling cannon, which I think is acceptable. It's getting kind of hot in here, a bunch of babies on this ship. And again, like, I like EMP slug and then, oh, I thought we had heatsink. But we can try to draw into heatsink, so. Let's slug him, stop his buff. I don't know what the buff is, but, you know, we're dealing with it. And then we will get rid of toggle cannon, but, oh, hey, we drew it. I was kind of hoping that maybe we could get something else, but that's okay. And we could play Corrupted Core, but as soon as we draw a couple of other cards, he's gonna be dead before it shows up again, I think. Didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, but yeah, that's fine. So cannon, stop adding garbage to my deck. I'm loving the cards that we have. Here we go. I mean, I wouldn't have done that if I was you, because I'm just gonna continuously EMP you to death. To shreds, you say. And that was an elite, which was interesting. I don't think we need a third EMP slug. Acid cannon is interesting because it's persistent damage, but it's hella expensive. And you see uncommon, it's got that little sheen on the card here. I think I'm just gonna skip these. I wanna build into Drake cards, but they just haven't been showing up. While at 3 heat, all of your attacks deal more damage. Every 4th turn, gain 1 overdrive. Adds 1 to all of your damage. It's an interesting one because it doesn't affect you on the card that gives you the heat. So if you play EMP Slug to get to 3 heat, you've spent 2 energy, you have 1 energy remaining to do all of your attacks at +1 damage, and then hopefully end your turn with this. I'd rather just get the bonus every 4th turn for all of the attacks on that turn. Who's this guy? Hello, I'm here to collect the bounty again. Are you kidding me? That's a fake bounty. That's my fake bounty. I put it on these nerds the day before the time loop started so they'd be distracted while I robbed them. Excuse me? You tricked me? Now my feelings are hurt. Prepare to die, etc., etc. I do like the brittle cockpit. We can do a ton of damage with that. But our cannon is kind of out of position for that, so maybe instead we'll just chill and, you know, with 4 energy do blah, 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 blah. And then toggle cannon, although we didn't have to, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So EMP slug. We could knock out one of the cannons, but it also just does 6 damage. So like, I think I'm okay doing 6 damage. And then I think if we move left and stun shot, we'll take 1. I think I'd rather, would I rather try to get to heat sink? Probably not actually. Yeah, let's move left, stun shot, take 1. I don't think you play this. I think you save it. 1 times 3. Yo, the armor would be amazing here. So I think you use the armor. Basic shot, heat sink. Boom, boom, boom. 3 damage coming in. We do have a shield surge. We have EMP, which I like. So I think you swap. Now we're taking 2 damage. Pop him for, ooh, we got overdrive. We're gonna pop him for 8. In fact, maybe we can kill him. Oh, we can definitely kill him. Wow, that was ridiculous. Do it again. All right, fair. We have very low max HP, so getting more is nice. We had 6, now we have 8. Thermal battery, hotfoot. It exhausts, but -1 heat and 2 dodge is pretty good. Thermal battery, 1 energy, 1 heat. 1 draw, 1 energy, 1 heat, 2 energy, 2 heat. It is rare, because, I mean, it gives you energy. This comboed with Think Twice is pretty good. It doesn't exhaust, but I want more heat reduction, not more things that increase my heat, you know? We could upgrade it immediately to give us draw, I guess, but that would make the energy a little bit more valuable on the card, especially when you're using it to gain heat. It does cost you health eventually, but thanks to the adaptive plating, we do heal when we defeat bosses and elites, and we're gonna heal after this boss fight. Maybe we can get something that reduces our heat, other cards. What are we gonna do at the shop? What are we gonna add or remove to the deck? I think we would probably discard your hand, draw 3, does not exhaust. That's the upgrade, I get it. Perhaps we would go for, what's this enemy? The crystal? If it's the same boss. We fought the same bosses twice in a row, so I assume it's gonna be the same one here. It's tough. I kind of want thermal battery. Gain 1 energy every 3rd turn. Shield lasts between combats. Both are pretty good, but give me the energy, and now maybe we don't need that thermal energy, but we can just upgrade it to give us draw. Eunice, Cleo. He just, you know, she just goes by Drake. My name's Drake, actually. Upgrade a card. I do like that. I like the upgrade for energy there, or for draw rather. I also like block shot B for the temp shield, but let's go for the draw. I'll probably play it now. We need to remove cards, but without having that relic that lets you remove 2, I feel like maybe just kind of saving my... It's fine. Maybe saving my removal for later, in case we get that relic, and just get the upgrades done now. So, I think we'll thermal battery. I'll move 1 to take no damage. We'll do some damage. We didn't get any value out of EMPing, but that's fine. And hey, we got a heat sink, perfect. We're gonna toggle cannon because we want armor on this side. Give me a heat sink. We're currently taking 3 damage. Let's think twice, because we do have some blocky cards in here. Yeah. I don't want to pay 1 for a basic block. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of Corrupted Core. This fight's gonna be a while. Maybe draw shot, because that's gonna draw Shield Surge. We'll move 1, roll 3 block over. We still want block in the deck, and I wouldn't mind getting a card that raised our maximum block. Could have done it with Shield Surge, but it auto-upgraded due to the perk we took at the beginning of the run. So we're currently taking 1 damage. I'm okay with that. Heat Sink we probably want to play regardless. And then we're just gonna toggle cannon and shoot. We'll take 2, which is totally fine. Crystal's not a very difficult boss. It's just the boss that requires you to, well, just have an okay deck. Not even a good deck, just an okay deck. We do more damage. I will slug, I will block shot. I'll take 1 hull. Could thermal battery and then draw 1 card, but we don't need the energy that turn. Thermal battery might be a little bit of a weird take, now that I'm kind of thinking about it. To me, this just seems like a turn where you just move 1, because it saves you 2 damage, and then you just attack. We haven't been hit by the heat yet, but we can be. It's totally fine. I don't want to get hit in the weak point with this. Let's draw shot, because if we draw something that gives us evasion, we can actually disable the 3 damage. Nope, never mind. We don't have EMP Blast. Well, we can maybe draw something that lets us disable that, but we still can't move. How interesting. We'll still be fine. Although we won't be able to play the heat sink. Maybe that's okay, you know, take 1 damage with heat later so that we can build up the heat again versus taking 1 more damage by this hitting here in the weak cockpit. Right now we're taking 3 damage. Actually, we're not taking any hull damage if I just block shot. And just don't play this. I do think we want to play EMP Slug though. It'll purge the heat, we'll take 1 hull damage, and then we'll heal at the end of combat anyways. And we're still gonna get 1 max hull. So, or what we could do is just do block, scramble, and basic dodge, which is what I'm actually gonna do because we would like to have the ability to evade when he starts hitting for like 4 in the middle zone. Let's give me a slug. We're at 3 heat. You know what? If we're at 3 heat, I don't see a point in not playing this. This doesn't roll the heat over if we're over 3. So let's do it. It's fine, it's fine. Then give me a draw shot. Give me a shield surge. We're still fine. We're gonna take 1 damage, but we'll go down to 0 heat, not 1. And then we'll just kill you. Totally fine. +2 max hull, +7 hull, and then I assume that this worked. From Hell's Heart. Attack damage equals your missing hull. Attack damage equals your missing hull, heal 1. Lose all but 1 hull, then attack damage equals your missing hull. Very interesting. So it would do 9. 9's pretty good. I don't want to go down to, why does it say lose 11? We have 10 hull. Maybe we just gained 2, I don't know. I don't really like that. Fire for 1 damage immediately after every move. We don't really move that much. And then corrosion beam is just passive damage. I think that corrosion beam might be what we're looking at here, but these are more interesting. We don't have a lot of blocky cards. We don't have a lot of evasion. We don't have a lot of anything except stunning and then just math, you know, making sure that we're not taking damage via the armor. But we can maybe save this card and play it to get a KO on a boss, but we don't heal that much. This to me feels like a skip. Does 2 damage every time you move, does 1 damage every time you move, but it's cheaper. I guess maybe Corrosion Beam is just passive damage, which is okay, but like none of this is stuff that I'm interested in. Gain 1 extra energy every turn, gain 1 heat each turn. Ooh. 3 shield, 3 evasion on turn 1. Gain 1 evade every turn, you can no longer have more than 3. That actually seems totally fine. We don't generate a lot. We have basic dodge and scramble. So free evasion, we can engineer shots hitting the armor much more easily. Energy's not that big of a problem, so I'm gonna take that Demon Thrusters. A Riggs boss artifact. Got another crystal chunk for science. Are you sure you should be touching that? It's fine, I'm more interested in the effect it has on you. On me? Yeah, look, your holographic matrix. It's flickering. So what? If I hold it closer... What? Evil Cat. Oh my god, true final boss is gonna be Evil Cat. What is it? Interesting. I just realized my speakers were on. Sapphire Cluster. Hello, immediate attack. This ship was definitely not made for these engines. Yep, but you gave me a extra evasion point, and instead of having a number, there's actually a bar representing the evasion point. There's 3. What a terrible turn, though. We might as well move. We're gonna get the evasion next turn, but that was a pretty terrible turn. Hey, wait a minute. I'm just realizing this ship is the same ship we fought in Sector 1, but I think it's just a little bit stronger. Very interesting. Didn't realize that. Let me emp you. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Decent damage. I will think twice. It's getting hot in here, you worry too much. Can't emp again. What we can do though is stop the buff or stop the shield. I'd rather stop the buff. Heat 1, overdrive 2. Because we have overdrive, I think I might want to draw. And we have heatsink. We should have played heatsink and then shuffle. Now it's gonna take too long to come back. I'm a fool. That's okay. Heatsink, move, toggle cannon, stun shot, corrosion. Actually, draw shot, corrosion, block shot. I guess we had another toggle cannon in the deck somewhere. Corrosion's nice. It's passive damage. He's dead within 6 turns now, guaranteed. You're doing 3 damage? Well, guess what? Toggle cannon, slug. I'm loving that EMP slug. It's exceptionally great. A basic card doing 3 damage. We don't need another one. But a basic card doing 3 damage is pretty decent. Mitosis. At the start of your turn, lose 1 shield, gain twice temp shield, so gain 2 temp shield. Mitosis 2, or Mitosis 1 and gain shield. That's actually pretty good. It's a permanent buff effect on us, and we would get temporary shield every turn. If there was an artifact that gives shield every turn, that would be a nice little combo because you would get temporary shield every single turn. Desperate Measures. Block and 3 heat. It exhausts. Bigger block, 4 heat, it exhausts. So you would play this if you're gonna take a lot of damage and it would stop the damage. None of this seems that interesting, but actually the mitosis is kind of cool. Our deck's getting mighty thick though, and we don't really have that many cards that generate shield, just basic block and shield surge. I think this is actually a bit of a skip, unfortunately. Yeah. Although if it's a skip, maybe you take Desperate Measures, but I'm just gonna skip. I like Repair Yard, maybe an upgrade, maybe a removal. Basic shots we could probably dump. Elite, another Repair Yard. I like Repair Yards, what can I say? Missiler, Stardog, hello, Solar Wind. A thin plasma stream, I like a challenge, is pulling small objects in its wake before the start of your turn. Mid-row moves right. How interesting. Interesting. Well, I think you just heat sink think twice. That's a bad draw, so let's get a better draw. And then I think you just go EMP, corrosion, shield surge. I know we're not getting rid of the corrupted core, but I would like to have some block, and that's the best block card in my deck right now. It's a 2 damage missile. Hey, can you just not actually, can you just go away? I don't step down from a challenge. We do have overdrive. We already are at max evasion. So let's move, basic dodge, move again, and now we can start firing. Fires of missiles, etc., etc. Actually, let's EMP, move, and then EMP again. Now, I mean, he's not going to be able to hit us with missiles. We didn't even have to EMP that one because the missile would have moved right. So, you know, let's maybe think about that. I doubt we need to thermal battery. Let's not take damage. Not a very good turn, but that's okay. And this missile, oh, 3 damage missile. As long as we toggle the cannon, we'll be fine. Actually, we can move and then we're totally fine. So shot, shot, shot. I really do not want to EMP slug if I can avoid it. We need another card that reduces heat. We only have the one that we started with, but none have been showing up, honestly. So I think I just move. Actually toggle the cannon, dump corrupted core. We need max health cards as well. We need quite a lot. I guess, you know, we've only done 1 sector. We can get cards. Basic dodge, move, heat sink, block. He's dead. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just living in the moment. Solar flare. I get it. Cancel every single intent on the enemy ship for 2 heat. It's pretty good. For 2 heat, you buy yourself 1 turn. It's another desperate measures. You know, if the enemy's firing a lot of like drones or missiles, you can just say, don't do that for a turn, give me a second. You know, what if this costs us 1 HP? It's not a big problem. We've got stun in the deck, but you know, if we don't draw it, I kind of like it actually. Things that buy you a turn, I think, are very powerful. Can I get it? You anything? Yes, upgrade. So we can make this give us 1 heat or cost 1, but it basically takes, we take 1 damage. To take 1 damage to cancel an enemy turn where you're possibly taking more, I think is okay. Slugs could do more damage. And then out of everything else, I'm like, dude, our cards suck. But I do like this, and I actually like it being a little bit cheaper, I think. If we take heat damage, it's kind of whatever. But maybe we're okay removing a basic shot at this point, saying, hey, the garbage cards, they're not good enough anymore. Our deck is thick enough that we need to actually get our good cards faster. I thought that was a freaking asteroid. It's just a moon in the background. So Solar Flare would cancel his 2 damage and the missile, but I mean, I can just do this and then, hey, look, it's been canceled. We waste a lot of energy, but that's kind of okay. So, 1, 2. I think we spend 2 moves. I think we actually use thermal battery here. Because if we draw a heat sink, we can actually get it played. Bunch of babies on this ship. Yeah, this is still fine because we can corrosion beam, heat sink. Let's get that corrupted core out, toggle cannon, take 1 damage. A missile's gonna be attacking us, but we can just move out of the way. We're not even really under attack at this point. The missile's gonna hit for 2. We can kind of just ignore it. Let's stop the next missile. Do a little thinking. can do a lot of movement, but that doesn't seem to matter. We don't need the energy, we don't need the card. I mean, this is a weird turn where I think you just basically do nothing. I'd still rather not take health damage if I can. Snoot! I just realized his name is Snoot. I'd rather not take damage if I can avoid it, you know? This turn I really, really like because we can heat sink for free movement, toggle cannon, move one more. Now we're taking no damage if we slug him, which we're gonna do, and we can hit him again, and we can hit him again. Missile's gonna miss, no problem. We're gonna lose our overdrive, but that's okay. The dude is 5 HP. I do not think we can kill him with 5 HP, but that's okay. Because we can still shoot, put up some more block. That block card being upgraded for free is kind of nice because we needed more block in the deck and we haven't found any good block cards. Like, big block has never showed up yet. So strafe, move for damage. Now that we have free movement every turn, it is actually super tempting to take this, and every turn is basically you get 2 free damage. But I'm also looking at Seer. On upgrade, it's just 4 damage. Ignore shields and armor. Dude, I think that's where I want to go. Get that upgraded for no heat. Or you could upgrade it to do more heat and stun, but stunning twice in one ship part? I guess the idea is that if there's like a missile, you can shoot down the missile and then shoot to stun, but like, who cares? It's not gonna happen in a lot of situations, is it? Glarp! All right, Glarp. We're gonna move. We're going to... We should have shot first. That was a huge mistake. Can I hit him? Let's see. Nope. All right, end turn. Missile Visions. That's a guaranteed card too. All right, that's okay. It's okay. We got max evasion. We have a stun shot. I think we stun shot. I would like, because we can move 3 times, I would like to bank some block and then see what we draw. You did get a, oh, this does, this is an armored part. So we stunned it. Oh, I guess the stun does no damage. Oh, it does because we have overdrive, you fool. Seer, we can't play it, except we can with thermal battery. This will do 6 damage. We can still move out of the way completely. We did add garbage to our deck because of toggle cannon being discarded, but it's really not that bad. Currently taking 2 damage. This to me feels like a toggle cannon. Is this an elite fight? It is. So actually, Solar Flare seems like the call. Stop his action, stop him adding garbage to our deck. Maybe do damage, see what you draw out of it. This is fine. Solar Flare. We're gonna take 1 damage, but we're gonna heal this after the combat, and his garbage gets out of my freaking deck. I don't like this card. I don't like that it moves. I really don't like that it moves. Brittle takes double damage. Straw shot. EMP slug shot. It's gonna do 6. This guy might be a little bit tanky for us, but he's not a huge problem. Now we have 2 toggle cannons. We are just destroying them now. Thanks, Dizzy. Even now, I'm like, okay. Dude, actually saving 2 toggle cannons, if you can make it happen, is kind of funny. Seer is coming up, so maybe not take all of that heat damage. Maybe instead just move out of the way. You know what? Get that toggle cannon out of here. Take no damage. Don't spend your movement points. Still don't know why that's there. I mean, he is absolutely 100% completely, positively super dead. That was a 12 damage sear. Excuse me. Gain 1 max hull and heal 1 every time you defeat a boss. Does gaining 1 max hull not heal you for 1? I guess you gain the maximum hull, but it's not healed. It's not filled in. You gotta fill it in yourself. Okay, well, I wish I knew that. Multi-stun. Can do damage when you have red diamonds. Converter, probably unnecessary. Vamoose. Move randomly and then get 4 evasion. We would never get 4 evasion, we would only get up to 3, and we get evasion passively. I don't think we need a card like this. I don't think we need these. We have enough stun in the deck. We have 3 stun cards. Every time you heal, heal 1 more. Ah, there's the synergy with adaptive plating. Draw 2 extra cards on the first turn. I kind of like healing, because then we don't have to worry about the heat as much. We can just get heated. 2 max health, totally fine. Do we want an event or an upgrade? Honestly, I think I want an event. I don't really have anything that I want to upgrade. Even Seer, if we have additional healing, we don't really care so much about the extra heat gain, I think. Let's go for the event. Ow, my brain. Ah, you all again. Extra planar being. Neat. What do you value most? Healing, damage, evasion. 4 HP, single use. 7 damage, single use. 5 movement, single use. I guess I'll take the damage and kill this elite with it, and that was kind of a waste, and I wish I went to the other location. That's the reason why I go to the other location. It's because you get better things out of them. So honestly, there, get out of my deck. I've already had it with you. I've had it with, oh, we didn't need to do that, but it doesn't matter. I've already had it with you. All right. I mean, this seems like a very simple turn. Thank you, +1 evasion every turn. It's fantastic. Currently taking 2 damage. I think here you just want to do like a block shot corrosion and then just move over 1. I mean, that 7 damage turn 1 was nice, but it's like completely unnecessary. But it's fine. It's fine. Currently taking 2 damage. We do need more block. Or dodge. So there's dodge. Why don't we... Let's move, stun shot, then think. EMP slug. It does do 4. In fact, you're dead. So this should heal us to full now. There, thank you, healing booster. Stun charge, acid cannon, momentum. Gain 1 shield, +1 for every time played this combat. It's good, but like, the problem is we only draw 4 cards per turn, so this is it's gonna go very slowly through the deck, but we can draw 1 with it. But I don't think we have the energy to play this. I want single-use cards that give me a lot. Could get acid cannon and then upgrade it, but I think I like 0-cost cards. I think this is still a skip. While at 3+ heat, your attacks do more damage. Every 5th time you attack, gain 1 evade. This seems very nice. We attack a lot, and also that temporary evasion. We can probably get rid of Scramble in our deck. Salutation, what are salutations? Can I get you anything? So I think, still like that. We haven't upgraded the slugs yet, but block shot getting 3 temporary shield is actually kind of okay. I'm starting to think that Think Twice being upgraded to the B could be decent so that you can actually get through your deck faster, but after the first turn, I don't really care as much. I think I'm just gonna remove another basic shot. Hope you didn't need that, me too. There seems to be a nearly infinite supply of you guys, huh? You too. No, there's only one of me. I'm the original flavor, baby. You're the original copy of Riggs? Who I assume the plot here is that Riggs somehow freed themselves from the timeline. That or they're a clone, one or the other. Weak part of the missile bay, concussible missile bay. Everything's just temporary shields right now. You're not really doing that much damage. Okay, I mean... I think you just move left one. EMP, corrosion beam, heatsink. And then let's save 1 HP. You're taking damage every turn. We did some damage. You're gaining temporary shield, which is whatever. You're firing missiles, which is kind of whatever. Could just solar flare ya. Considering that this turn kind of blows. Thank you. That was actually, like, pretty nice. Currently taking 2 damage, not a big deal, so let's shield, toggle, stun. I think... I really want to play Seer if it shows up, but we're actually guaranteed to draw Thermal Battery, so let's drop the Corrupted Core. Then give me a thermal. We drew all of our heat cards on this turn, which is very interesting. Seer's gonna do 6. We're gonna take 1 blue damage, which is no problem. Cool heat effect. I actually haven't paid attention to that before. Currently taking 2 damage, not a problem. Let's toggle our cannon. Man, having 4 psis on the ship is actually really nice. And you know what we can do? This is interesting. Block shot, move left, basic dodge, stun shot, heat sink. Didn't need to heat sink, but that's okay. Concussible meant that we didn't get the missile launch. You're not really hitting us at all. Man, your ship just kind of sucks, doesn't it? It's like such a shame for you. I guess we'll... Ooh. Actually, that's fine. Toggle cannon, shot, heat sink, move left. We're gonna lose 1 blue. Going awfully fast here, this is dizzy. Is it because I'm doing my turns fast, or because we're just moving a lot? It's gonna take more than that to dent this hull. Heat, on the other hand, heat will dent the hull pretty reliably, I'm gonna guess. Let's thermal battery, smack. Watch this, smack. We're gonna take 1 damage. It doesn't matter because we heal passively after a boss fight, and then we also heal after fighting. So we should be in the clear. Give me a toggle cannon. Give me a seer shot. And you're dead. You're not dead, that penetrated the shield. You're still dead though. Thank you, thermal battery. So that was plus 3 max hull? And then big heal. Dude, where are my shielding cards? Yes, I get shield gun. It's fine. I need things that give me shield, not take it away. Take it away, take it away, take it away. Although, wait, this is shield gun. So it does damage. And it doesn't reduce your shield. Oh, it's a shield and a gun in one. Well, when upgraded, potentially. Okay, I see it. It's actually better than I thought it was, but it's still expensive. Hand cannon. X equals the amount of cards in your hand. Draw 1, then attack, or just have it do double damage and exhaust. Interesting. Everything here is expensive, and I don't think we need any of it. I'm skipping, I'm sorry. Every 10th time you draw a card, gain 1 energy. Gain 1 of 2 common artifacts. Gain 1 of 2 common artifacts. Gain 1 of 2 common artifacts. Add 3 Genesis canisters to your deck, single use. So we have to spend 3 energy to purge these cards, but we get 3 relics, common relics. Now I don't know how to determine relic rarity. 3 shield, 3 evade on the first turn. No. 10th time you draw. Is it every 10 cards you draw or 10th time you draw? Because by default, that's every 10 turns, gain 1 energy, and I feel like that's too much. Rather, too little. It's too much time between energy, it's too little draw. But if it's every card, then, you know, think twice, thermal battery, draw shot can actually get you to that energy, but we do draw 4 per turn, not 5. I don't know, I kind of like the run. This will add garbage, for sure, but we get 3 relics, which could be anything, even things that give me energy. This is kind of interesting. I think I'm just gonna take it because it's funny. Gain 1 serenity. The next time you would gain any amount of heat, instead lose 1 serenity. Every 3 turns? Pretty good. You may remove 2 cards at the shop. Yes. 1 random enemy part is brittle. It's not marked until damage. After your first attack, gain stun. We already have stunning. While at 3 heat, your attacks do more damage. Heal 1 after each combat. Which is actually a heal 2, which is pretty good. I think that's okay. Oh hey, it's the Mark III version of the same ship we've been fighting, but this one's got 2... I know they've got a brittle point, let's tear them apart. Okay, calm down. Is that what I took? Oh, it is what I took. So, I think on this turn, we should probably... I don't think this is gonna be a very hard fight. And he's gonna get stronger every turn. I'm gonna purge these cards as they show up, I think. And I think we can safely, you know, slow down here if we have to. That was otherwise a pretty bad turn. This turn's a little bit better. This turn's a little bit better. I do like a toggle cannon EMP seer. It wasn't brittle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move and try the seer here. Not brittle. So it's either the wing on the left, the cannon on the left, or the cockpit in the middle, but that's still good damage. He's getting buffed. He's getting buffed. I think we're gonna accept damage due to the heat, because we heal 2 every combat thanks to the combo of the heal items we have. So it's thermal battery. You know, we don't have to, but I think I'm gonna do it anyways. Let's give me the 5 heat, give me a bunch of shield. Put the cannon on the left, actually, and then make me a little bit more centralized. So we take 1 damage, not a big deal. He's hitting my weak point. However, is this... Actually, I think we'll just jettison that and then just bounce. So I know we didn't attack on that turn. And he's getting stronger, but we're getting these Genesis canisters out of the deck, and it's actually faster than I thought it would be. So I kind of want to do it again. He's getting strong, though. Maybe we should consider actually hitting him for once. So you know what? Let's do that. I will hit you here. See if this is your weak point. It's not, unfortunately. So we will heat sink over, think twice, get a new hand. Is your middle your weak point? Oh, it is! Oh, it is. Freaking annihilated him because we had the overdrive on that turn as well. Now, if we can, we could stall. And if we stall, we could get back to maybe Genesis canister, but we got rid of 2 of them already. And we got some good relics. We got some good relics. I'm happy with those, kind of. Be a toggle cannon. Move, stun, corrosion, block. Can't block, that's okay. This will kill him within 4 turns, even if we don't get Genesis canister, because he's getting strong. We got Genesis canister. All right, he's, you know, freaking dead, dude. That was a great fight. I know he's not literally dead yet, but he will be dead. I mean, we got the energy, might as well do that. If I were in charge right now, this fight would have been over ages ago. Look, we had to do some ship management, okay, Drake? Chill. Hot compress. Heal for 1, gain temporary shield, and 3 heat. That's actually pretty good, because it's not a heal for 1, it's a heal for 2. But why do I care, you know? I already heal for 2 every combat. Bolt, just 0 energy, quick evade, exhaust. Not that good when we only have 4 cards drawn every turn. This is a skip. A rip, but a skip. Let's go elites. Tooth. Well, more like teeth, right? He who, welcome to my emporium of wondrous ideas, traveler, may offer you one of my creations. These all seem absolutely useless. Perhaps they are not. Or perhaps they are. Buckshot, 0/0/0. If you hit weak, it's 1/1/1. If we are empowered, it's 2/2/2. Waltz. Left 2, right 1, right 1. There are synergies with this, like Fleet Foot, which makes you move more per time you move, or do damage every time you move. Bruise, damage 1, heal 1. This is renewable, which means this is a heal for 2 every time you play it. That's actually kind of interesting. That's kind of cool. We can actually use this card. We have a synergy for it. That's so weird. Lose 1 hull, heal 1 hull. Why? Well, I mean, I'm gonna take it because I want to see if we can upgrade it. Ooh, farewell, thanks, I guess. Let's see, can you upgrade this card? Yes. Do it twice. What is this? This ship cannot take hull damage, decreases by 1 at start of the turn. Ooh. Wait. Cannot take hull damage, and then by playing this card, you get the perfect shield and then you lose it in the same card play. That I don't understand, but Bruise A, this is technically a heal for 2 whenever you play the card, as long as you're not on 1 HP. That's actually really cool. Now, we only draw 4, but I wanted to just look at the card. I wanted to see if you could upgrade those, because you can't tell from that UI. Crab time! If we sear his weak point, my dude is screwed. Actually, Corrosion Beam kills him pretty nicely, too. I don't understand this dude right now, but I think that's okay. Oh, what the heck? It's not missiles, it's drones. Does 2 damage and has bubble shields. Did you know crabs and lobsters are the same thing? I didn't, but I also don't care. I think this is a good opportunity for things like batteries. It even says on the card now it heals for 2, which is interesting. I wish that didn't always happen in this game, because sometimes it accounts for things, sometimes it doesn't. Like if you are fighting an enemy that's weak or bruised, this does, or brittle, this does not take that into account, but it does take into account buffs that you have, like the overdrive and power drive. Just for like consistency's sake, I kind of wish it didn't do that. All right, stun shot. That is the brittle part of the ship, which kind of makes me not want to dodge right now. Oh, baby. Oh, smack him. We're already gonna burn, so let's smack him again. And then we'll just move over twice. Shields can't block the heat. No, they can't, Dizzy. No, they can't. What is your thing? Oh, +2 shields. Nice. Did you know? Wait, I forgot my crab fact. Sorry. Can I unsubscribe from Brack Fact? Brack Fact? I mean, we have 2 moves, so. Why am I so heated? What happened? I feel like something happened. Oh, I know! I can't play my heal. That's okay because we'll heal after the next elite anyways, but oh, he's dead. I don't know why he died. He had 2 HP. Evasive shot, stun shot, multi-stun. Dude, you gotta give me better cards. Oh, I'm so close to killing you in 1 hit. Very, very interesting. If we luck into the brittle part of his ship, I think we can kill him immediately. I mean, you gotta start here. All right, well, we tried. I like the wide-eyed, back up, reverse! So I think we're just gonna thermal battery. Give me a draw shot, solar flare. Do we have any zero cost cards? Basic dodge, heat sink. Those are not worth playing, so I'm just going to move and turn. I don't think there's a reason to play that. So this is not the brittle part of the ship, but we could EMP him. I think what we should do, actually, is move and then hit the brittle part of the ship. Gosh, golly gee. Jiminy Jillikers, Jiminy Jillikers, Jiminy Jillikers. We should have healed, but we're gonna heal passively anyways. We have so much health, the UI got smaller. What the heck? We're a boss now. So Fleetfoot, that's the one where you move further. It would make the right 2, left 1 card be a net move of left 1. But you don't get this every turn. It only lasts for 1 turn unless you upgrade it. I still don't think you need it. I actually think maybe a shield surge might be kind of nice to have in this deck, but we're gonna be removing cards, aren't we? Yeah, so I think we skip. 2 cards on turn 1. Your ship overheats at 4 instead of 3. Yes, that is fantastic. Meowdy! Oh, don't you freaking dare. Not in front of everyone, please. Can I get you anything? Remove 2 cards. Basic shot can go. And scramble can definitely go. That's not a card we want at this point. Your shield lasts between combat. I guess I'll take it. I mean, it's actually good if we stack up a lot of shield and we still get the benefit of shield prep giving us 1 every turn. This is corrosion ship. I think we are going to toggle cannon and stun. I think I will corrosion beam. Just to, you know, stack up that corrosion damage, because this guy does have a lot of health. We found the brittle part of his ship, which is pretty awesome. We can definitely do some damage here. Not a whole lot, but I think we can do enough. Broom, broom, broom. It's getting hot in here. It's fine, it's fine. How much damage can we do? We have 3 movement. Move, move. Oh, we can't play both EMP and Seer. I can play 1. So if I hit you for 4, it would actually be hitting you for 8, which is actually not that much, is it? So I think we'll actually just do this. Keep the 1 evasion. Take 1 damage. Not bad at all. He's just gonna continuously corrode himself. Toggle cannon. Toggle which cannon is active. I mean, we could just move a few times. We'll do it like this. Stack up a bunch of shield. We want to end the fight with a lot of shield too, so we can roll it over thanks to shield memory. Is this an elite? It is. So we're gonna heal for 2 after the combat. And actually, again, we have that heal card in the deck, so we can play a thermal battery. Doesn't really matter. I like the free basic dodge. It actually matters a lot here. Damage, though, is so good. I meant to do that. And the basic dodge for free is also so good. So we have max shield. We're gonna enter the next combat at max. Solar Flare A. Why not? Payback. Whenever the ship is hit, it immediately shoots a 1 damage attack, gain shield. Shoots a 2 damage attack, gain shield. Blocker burnout. So lower max shield. Nah. I think a solar flare for just big stun is what I want. While your hull is under half, Drake cards do 1 damage. Your missile bay gains armor. I think I'll just take the armor. We're not going to be at low health often because we can heal. So taking less damage means we get more out of the healing, I think. You're going to dodge, which is very annoying. So we'll draw shot, move, slug ya. That's not the weak point. Rip. Give me a heat sink. Another dodge. Think twice. Drop the toggle cannon, unfortunately, but you know, we can dump the corrupted core. So it's either the left or the middle. They're going right. Punish that. I'll try. I guess we could solar flare him. Bunch of babies. Let's block shot and then see if this is brittle. It is. And we also did 6 damage. So he should be killable, actually, very easily. Luckily, we can purge this heat after combat. Another EMP slug. I mean, honestly, maybe. Panic, move, block 1, do no damage. I still don't think we actually take the rewards, unfortunately. I just don't know what to take. Try to steal some artifacts? Sorry, it won't happen again. Can I get you anything? Are we gonna remove more cards? We could probably remove basic block. We could probably remove block shot. Because we don't take that much damage. We stun so frequently. And if we ever do take damage, we can just heal it up anyways, so. Speaking of, the upgrade on Bruise is actually, like, very good. You think you could ever take full control of the Cobalt? No, after I upload myself, I only have a few milliseconds to override the nav system and bring it out of flight. Out to fight. What happens after that? The mainframe's antivirus process destroys me. Does that hurt? Yep, see you next time! All right, cannon. Fortunately, my seer is gonna prevent that from actually reducing the damage that I do to you, isn't it? I'm going to move and draw shot. We have maximum shield. Give me a thermal battery. Dude, you're weak, give me an EMP slug. And we haven't even overheated. So next turn, if we draw a lot of heat cards, we could overheat to like 30, you know, if we're not going to, but you know, in theory we could. So not brittle. We still do want to find it if possible. So give me a slug. Give me a heat sink. And we can either dump the corrupted core or get the corrosion beam out. I'm gonna get the corrosion beam out because it's more expensive for an exhausted card. Trash is gonna suck with this deck because, well, not with the deck, but with the ship. The Ares only draws, you know, so many cards per turn, 4, in fact. This to me does feel like a solar flare. We could move out of the way, but then we're gonna get hit by a missile unless we move. Stun. We know that this is not the brittle part. I don't want to have to deal with a missile next turn is the problem. But let's see if this is the brittle part of the ship, I guess. It's not. I'm just gonna solar flare. I don't want to deal with that. So it's not the middle. We can concuss and do damage to the weak part, but that's not the brittle part of the ship, is it? I'm going to move out of the way, dump the corrupted core, get a dodge, think twice, dump my cannon, unfortunately. Let's slug. Battery. Heat sink, huh? Well, we can get rid of trash as well. We're gonna take 2 damage. If I spend 1 movement, we will take 2 damage. If I move to the left, we'll take 2 damage. If we move to the left twice, we'll take 1 damage. Let's take 2 damage. You've got maximum shields for a reason. So that's not the brittle part, that's not the brittle part, and the middle 3 are not the brittle part, so it's one of the wings or cannons on the ends. Huh. Well, boom, boom, boom. Shot. Considering we are strong on this turn, I'm just gonna go in for damage. Yeah, seems okay. I mean, he's already half dead. We've taken out the shield and, you know, maybe a third of the health. 2/5. If we don't find the weak part, that's okay. And Bruise, we don't have to play for now. We can play it later. This is just a very, just kind of awful turn. Come on, play it now. There you go. I guess that's a move we can do, yeah. I mean, it's a good move. You scrap part of the ship to heal other parts of the ship. I'll take it. One thing is that with the limited evasion that we have, it is hard to get to this side of the ship. I can on this turn, and we found the brittle part. Might as well. Well, might as well not, maybe. Because you're basically gonna try to center yourself on me next turn. Yeah. We got a toggle cannon. We can move back. Still totally fine turn. Any damage we take doesn't really matter at all. My dude is 3 HP. 2 HP, in fact. We don't even have to, well, we do have to move. But then we can just kill him. Kill it, the ship. Or the AI on inside of it, I don't know. Not the cat AI, the other AI. You are growing stronger. Who shall it be this time? Definitely Drake. Great deck, synergizing around high damage, stun, and heat. I assume that there's gonna be more cards that reduce heat. We only saw the one. The basic one we started with. You can see our entire time streams, right? I see all. So you know I'm not a good person. Why save me? Your fate is tied to the others. Oh, I get it. You're so far above our plane that you don't even understand good and evil. That's so lame. You misunderstand. I already tried to discard your time stream into the void. I was unable to. Damn, all right. T-minus 35 days. Yeah, and what's so special about it? Sounds like just another derelict. Smith. No, this one is different. The sensor readings are off the charts, literally. What sensors? What charts? Oh, I don't know. I stole this sensor array from a science vessel. I have no idea how to use it. Ah, right. But the lights were going crazy. There's something special about it for sure. All right, I'll snoop around and see what's going on. T-minus 34 days. Hello, Walrus. Hello, mobile noodle vendor who's going to open my mail and tell me I was fired from my job, Brimford. Eunice, the regular? No, I'm cutting back just a quadruple espresso. You're going soft. Watch it, old man. You only come around here when you need something. What is it? There's a big ship loitering in the nebula, 20 parsecs from here. Yeah, what about it? You know about it? Yeah, it's an unregistered craft with an experimental propulsion system. Hard to know exactly what, but it sounds like a lucrative target. How do you know all that? Some possum girl was in here blabbering about it. She runs deliveries to and from it. It must be Riggs. So she's not a rat, she is a marsupial. She's an opossum. Is it opossum, opossum, or just possum? I don't know. Riggs. All right, continue on. Fun run, good deck, great ship. The Ares, can I look at my other runs from the screen? I don't know if I can. The Ares ship is superb. Automatic armor on one portion of the ship means you take less damage, and 4 wide instead of 5 wide means you can snuggle in between the cannons of certain enemies, and you are a smaller target to hit. So you don't actually need as much shields as you do with the Artemis, the first ship. The cool thing about that ship, though, is that there is I think it's a boss relic that lets you contract your wings. We had that on a run, and our wings were in the middle of my ship. It offered substantial protection from damage. But if you are just a smaller target, maybe you don't need that amount of shields. Good run. We're getting progress towards unlocking everything in the game. And we unlocked Max, a hacker. His cards enhance and exhaust other cards and gamble with hand position. Hand position makes me immediately think of... Give me a second, I remember the game. There's a mod for Slay the Spire called Downfall, very good. There's a hermit character where when a card is in the middle of your hand, it gets bonus effects. So you want to play the left cards in your hand or the right cards in your hand to move a card effectively to the middle of your hand where it gets a special effect or a doubled effect or just an increased effect of some sort. So the hermit with his Deadeye, I think is the name of the mechanic, allows you to exhaust your own cards and get some pretty nice buffs. So Max seems like that's maybe his deal. Enhancing cards, exhausting them, gambling with the hand position. Gamble makes me think it's like play the left card, play the right card. I don't know. We'll figure it out though next time. For now, good run of Cobalt Core. Actually, one more thing. Run history. It totally saves every run, and that's awesome. I like it when games do this. They have the run history component. Unfortunately, I can't see my ship because I think this was the run where I did have my ship get completely moved around. And the wings were in the very middle of the ship. But I like that this is a mechanic that you can see your runs in the past. I like that kind of stuff. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Cobalt Core.